the CEO and founder of Utopia. Utopia is a 5-year-old company that has always had the purpose to make technology more inclusive, has always had values around family and finance. It was always Web3 oriented, cutting edge technology oriented. And now what Utopia is doing is that it's making money faster and simpler and cheaper, which is fantastic. So that's our whole purpose right now. Just imagine that right now, I don't know it. Well, let's be honest. I don't know anyone that loves their bank. That's pretty simple. And why is because the bank right now, they have been making money complicated. They have been making money slow, and they have been making money expensive. Complicated in a sense that not everyone understands how to use it. No one understands how to maximize it. Slow, like if you're trying to do a transaction over the weekend, good luck. If you're trying to do a transaction on Christmas, good luck. New Year's, good luck. Sometimes you cannot wait to send money somewhere. Sometimes there's an emergency and you're limited by the bank working hours. And expensive because I don't know, like when you get into international transactions, you really start seeing a massive tax or a massive exposure to bank fees that can damage families' economy. Like just yesterday, I got taxed at 9% because I withdraw money in Turkish lira, and I withdraw money from Mexican pesos, and that was at 10% plus another 4%. So that's at 13% just to do it. It was necessary because people don't have a better app where you can just transfer money straight away, and the taxi driver needed cash. So I had to expose myself to a 13% margin just so I can afford a taxi drive in Cyprus, right? So that was extremely disappointing. And just the fact that I cannot pay from phone to phone is just incredible. I mean, I can have a live stream call with someone in China in less than a second, but I cannot send money to a taxi driver that just give me a service. That's what we're making better. We're changing that. We're changing money, and we're changing it with cutting edge technology and with great values. And that's what we're doing. Well, solving that. That's my goal. Is 4 apps that we will compress into a single one, right? This is Utopia 2027. Is not yet Utopia July 6, 2026. Okay, this will be Utopia by December this year or January next year. Pretty much, you need 4 apps if you want to transact with the world. The first app that you need is Binance. So you can on-ramp crypto, so you can have faster money that is cryptocurrencies and stablecoins. And the only way to get these apps is pretty much through centralized exchanges. There's other options, but this is what 99% of the population use. So you need a centralized exchange. If you want to own your own funds, that's pretty much the entire value of the crypto promise, you need to have a non-custodial wallet. In this case, MetaMask. But in order to onboard your money to MetaMask, you need a centralized exchange. So, okay, now you need 2 apps, okay? Then if you want to withdraw the money, pretty much you need to send the money from MetaMask to Binance and then from Binance to sell. So it's a terrible experience, right? Then if you want to pay someone internationally or receive money internationally, or even hold currencies that you own internationally, such as, I don't know, as a Mexican, we want to own United States dollars. We need to download an app that is an exchange. The most popular is Wise, WISE, And Wise is a currency exchange that has been running for many, many years. I admire them a lot, a lot, a lot. By the way, I admire Binance, I admire MetaMask, I admire Wise. But the problem with Wise is that it's limited to fiat currencies, to small volumes, and they don't transact between crypto accounts. So if you try to send money from Binance to Wise, most likely you will get blocked pretty much straight away, or you will get limited to a small amount. And yeah, and the high fees as well. But they have the best fees, but they're still high. I know we can do it better. And the last one is your bank account, right? The account that you use to receive your salary, to transact with your family, to pay your taxes, to manage your everyday currencies. The problem with that one is that it's limiting you. This account is limiting you to the options that the bank has to protect your money or even give you a return on your money. AKA, if you are in UK and you are with a bank, I don't want to say any bank's name, but if you are with a bank, you're normally limited to the type of currencies that you can hold. So sometimes you are even limited to only one currency. When you are lucky in UK, sometimes you get two currencies, that is euro and British pound. But you don't get access to gold or silver. That is what banks were created for. Or you don't get access to other metals or to private stocks or to better methodology. So these are the four apps that we'll be replacing. And because we're mixing them together, we're making it faster, we're making it more friendly, we're making it more attractive. So you don't have to swap between these four, and every time that you're swapping, you're paying incredible amount of fee. So that's why we're doing this super app. So we're on testing phase. In the startup world, we call this beta version. Beta version is when we already are testing internally. We are not launching into the market yet. We're improving and improving. I will say that every week we're improving, and we're going to launch the version 1 of the app in October 16. This is when we launch it this year. So yeah, we're on testing. Every week the app is changing, and you can ask the current users. Last week we integrated tags, meaning that I can send money from my wallet to your wallet just with your name. So I don't need to remember your 20 addresses. I just need to select the currency. I just need to put the name. Let's say that you're going to be Derek123. Okay, Derek123, here you go. Or I just upload my contact list. And if you are in my contact list and you're registered with Utopia, I will have already your contact. So that's extremely, extremely useful. Gasless, we are doing as many currencies gasless as possible. Gasless means like you don't need a token to trade a token, because that's very complicated. So gasless interactions are what we've been working a lot. We integrate the Base network, BNB network. We're getting Solana. We're getting Ethereum network. We're getting a bunch of networks. And then we integrate as well something called Bridge, because between non-custodials, like for example, if you have a Binance wallet and you want to transfer to your Ethereum wallet, you need to connect to a bridge, and it's very complicated. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of money. Sometimes you need 4 currencies to bridge one currency, meaning like the one that you're sending, the one that you're receiving, plus the gas fee that you're sending, plus the gas fee that you're receiving, because you need to pay a bunch of fees. We did it so simple that now you can swap from Binance to Base like this, super, super quick. And yeah, you don't need extra tokens. So that's why we're extremely proud of it. And we are working towards testing the bank transactions. So we already did one testing from Thailand to Dubai. It was 5 minutes from crypto to a bank account. From a Thai account to a bank account in Dubai. That was extremely, extremely fast. 5 minutes to receive money. It's incredible. It's incredible. So yeah, that's what we're working on. That's a great question. So UK, even if you guys are not part of the European Union, you guys still in Europe. So at the moment we have 55 countries. We're very, very proud of have 55 countries. Just FYI, Revolut only has 40. So we have 55 that we can open. And then the next batch is Europe. So we're going to have around 40 countries that we're integrating. And that includes UK and that includes Switzerland, even if they are not part of the European Union. So that will be happening hopefully before October 16. Before our definitely will be before uh, October 16. So I'm guessing that by September, the problem is that right now the regulators in Europe, they're quite strict. So we need to comply. Very, very, very hard to comply with them. But now we're doing it and it's fantastic. Yes, 100%. So this is like a sentimental story. Um, I will say that I created this app because I really needed it, right? So my dad, as an international student, my dad was sending me money, um, and yeah, sometimes we end up paying up to like 14, 15, 16, 17%, just because he was sending me money from Mexico to Peru. He had to use Mexicans to Americans, Americans to transaction fee, and then transaction fee like from American to Peruvian. So, and that was extremely, extremely painful. And until now, the interaction that I have with my dad is he can send me money. I don't need it anymore because I'm actually quite happy, um, and successful in my professional life. But I want to send the money back, and I can't. So my parents are old enough for them to don't want to use complicated apps or wallets, and I want to send them money, not because they need it. It's just I want to send the money to my parents. So my benchmark is my mother, and I want that she's able to receive money in 8 minutes. Sorry for the sound. I want that she's able to receive money in 8 minutes, and yeah, like that's my entire dream. So if my mom can open an account in 8 minutes, I will be successful as an entrepreneur and as a son. So yeah. Well, uh, five. Yeah, we did it. We did it 3 days ago. It was 5 minutes. I already achieved it, but the app is still in English only. So the moment that it's Spanish, I'm going to go and like I'm going to ask for the filming, and she's going to be filming herself, and she has to do it within 8 minutes. It's just depends on the language at the moment. So the moment that this goes in Spanish, my mom is ready. So yeah, we achieved it, guys. Yeah. Well, yes. First of all, the moment the app is only for individuals, but we're onboarding businesses accounts. Um, we will be onboarding in as many countries as they allow us. Right now, I think that our list is 35 countries from the 55 that we have. As well depends on the nature of the business. In some of those businesses, sort of those countries, we're even allowed to even onboard charities, but in other countries they don't allow that. So it depends on the company structure and the type of business that they do. We want to provide this service to everyone in the world, so we will be fighting to push the business spectrum harder. For some countries, we'll put fees because some countries' compliance is expensive and it will be a monthly fee. I don't think that we will ever charge more than $10 for a simple account for a business. I don't think we will be charging for individuals ever. Um, I want to say that I want to keep it free. It depends on how the funding works and how everything is progressing. So we work with banking as a service providers, and the banking as a service providers, we're taking them on blocks, right? So right now we have 3 blocks of banking as a service, and then we will onboard the fourth block that is Europe, and then we're the next block that the Europe purchases the 40 countries. And then the next block that we're going to do is pretty much another block in Asia. We already have a block in Asia, but this is a little bit bigger. So we will be expanding to Korea, India, Cambodia, Indonesia. I'm thinking that Nepal, and if not, I'm going to fight to get Nepal. I'm a big fan of Nepal. I think we are getting Laos as well, and another two or three. So we are getting. My goal is to be in everyone's hand in the world, and I'm really sure that I will have problems with some countries, but look, if you believe, nothing is impossible. Yes, yes. And look, AI is trendy. Um, AI is trendy. We cannot talk a lot about what is coming, but let's say that we visualize the future of money through agentic AI. So you will be able to speak with your money. What does that mean is what's my balance, how much my family spent this month, what was my biggest expense, how can I save more money, where do you see irregularities of money, what is strategy, how much did I spend on food, how much I spend on transport. I think that that's a smart money, and we already make it fast and cheap. Now let's make it smart. So I'm very very hyped about it. I cannot tell you everything that we're doing, guys, because sometimes it's overwhelming to the people how much we were able to achieve with a little team that we have, like less than 50 people. We're achieving the world right now. So yeah, agentic banking is the future. We see that is coming, and we're working on that very, very, very hard. Actually, right now, like just a few meters away from me. Yes, great question. So for the people that don't understand compliance, it's like regulatory frameworks or like regulatory entities or regulatory standard companies that we use to be in order. We have many. We have many, 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 many. We're using many around the world. This is not secret. These are the terms and conditions. Uh, the ones that I can mention right now are Visa. The other one will be Rain through Visa Partner Program, and then and we have insurances. Other one we have Vouch, that is the broker insurance from the United States. We have Realm, that is the main insurance. We have Coin Cover, that is another insurance. We have Persona for KYC. We're integrating Subsum for KYC. We are using Fireblocks for self-custodial wallets and account abstraction technology. We're using 1inch as well. We're using Uniswap. Like we have so many. We have so many. Like I can speak on that like 30 minutes. We have so many. For the banking in particular, we are expanding as well to Mastercard. We're integrating to Swift network. I cannot tell you names as of now who are the ones disclosing. The moment that everything gets properly structured, I will be able to disclose it. But we have declared many times that we have ambition to integrate Mastercard network, Swift network, IBAN networks, and that's something that, yeah, it's coming pretty soon. I have a weird business mindset at the moment. I'm happy to explore changing, and that depends on how well funded we are. Um, I have the philosophy that if a service is free for me, I shouldn't charge it to my clients. AKA, if I send you money from Ethereum to Ethereum, and that's free for me, or almost free for me, I don't want to charge you money, right? If you send money to British pounds to British pounds, and that costs me $0, I don't want to charge you any money. For example, for the United States, we're fighting right now to integrate $100 to to 100 crypto straight away, like instantly and for free. So that one, I don't feel that I want to charge money. But if we are paying, we will be charging you an extra fee or the top that we're paying. And I think that that's a fair solution for everyone. The app currently doesn't have any fee. It's free. I want to do this because I want to provide financial inclusion for people that maybe $10 per month means a lot. And I know these people, they exist in the world, and I want to provide them a good solution for them to have access to banking system and global finance as free as possible. Obviously, we're a business and we need to make revenue, and the revenue will occur when someone swaps or when someone interacts with another asset. For example, from your bank account to purchase Ripple or a currency, or when you have a currency to a bank account, or when you have a, I don't know, British pounds to US dollars, normally there's a fee. We will try to be as competitive as possible and we'll try to get it as low as possible. But again, guys, this is a promise that I'm giving you on the 6th of July. It depends on how well funded we are. We will introduce maybe better, more, a little bit extra, fees. But I don't want to do that. It's my values are not allowing me to do that at the moment. So yeah, so pretty much you have an Apple Pay wallet, you have a Google Pay wallet, or you have a Samsung Pay wallet. As well, we're working on Alipay wallet, which is pretty cool because that's going to unlock the Asian market. Um, yeah, so at the moment, everything is digital. That's right now. After October, we're going to activate the physical wallets, physical cards, so people can get access to ATMs. The reality is that physical cards are only useful for ATMs. Like, doesn't matter what you say. I've been living in Apple Pay, Google Pay for ever, and the only time that I use a physical card is in an ATM, and that's it. So, for the people that are still in cash societies that I know that exist, and there are still many of them, we'll be integrating the physical cards program where people can order one. It will take 1 or 2 weeks depending on where they are in the world. They will pay the fees of the shipping, and yeah, like people will get access to their own physical card so they can go and use it in their ATMs. But until now, I can tell you, I haven't paid in any restaurant that they say I need a physical card. Never. So yeah, that's it. Nope. And that's a great question. So the way that we are expanding globally so fast is because we have a non-custodial nature. We are Satoshi maximalist but compliant maximalist. That means that the values that Satoshi Nakamoto integrated in Bitcoin, we believe in those. And that means your money, your keys, your funds. So we don't have access to your funds unless that you guys provide us access to the funds in case of an emergency. Meaning, by default, we don't have access if one day you need to get access to your account and we have the power to co-sign. So we're co-signers, and you say, you know what, I want the service. Okay, I want that Utopia help to do that. We can help, but it will be transaction based. We will never be able to get access to the funds as it is. So we don't have access to the funds. We're a non-custodial nature that allow us to operate under MiCA regulations, under the SEC regulations, because MiCA, SEC, and many others regulators in the world have said non-custodial wallets are don't need to be licensed. If we get access to your fund, we need to get licensed as a virtual asset service provider or broker-dealer license. So we don't do that. So for the insurances, we have CoinCover. Again, let me repeat myself: CoinCover, Vouch, the American broker, and Realm, RELM. Realm covers pretty much whatever is happening with Visa. CoinCover protects whatever is happening with the crypto world. Uh, and we will be adding more. And we actually spend a lot of money in insurances. So CoinCover is a special nature. They're a UK-based company, by the way, coincover.com. You guys should totally check on them. They've been running since 2018, and they're a fantastic program. Pretty much what they do is that the moment that you lose access to your wallets, you can ask CoinCover to help you to recover your wallets in a non-custodial way, where we keep a section of your wallet, of your private keys. They keep another section, and you keep another section. So you, by authorizing them, we can help to recover funds. Funds, guys, we're doing this not because we want to have control, is that we want to avoid problems for the people. There's billions and billions and billions of dollars right now that people have lost just because they don't have access to their accounts. So CoinCover is a type of insurance that help you to recover your funds. And as well, they have something very, very nice, which is, I think, yeah, I want to talk about that later, but there is a way where in the future, it's still not implemented. There's a way in the future where you will be able to, if something happens to your life, or you need to or some, yeah, pretty much you pass away, you'll be able to, your family will be able to claim your funds. And that's very, very special, in a non-custodial wallet. And that's where we are working with these type of people to onboard that technology. We're all super deep into legacy. Um, yes, so we always try to audit everything minimum 6 times, minimum. We audit internal, we audit external, we audit with people that we trust, but they're still not on the payroll. Um, with consultants, and as well, we try to audit with certifications. Now, the certifications will not get published until we are until October 16th. But we audit a lot, and as well, we get certifications that pretty much need audited. We're getting certifications on ISO standards. We're getting certification on cybersecurity standards. We're getting the certifications for best practices, protection data. Like we're getting so many certifications that we will be publishing, but it takes time, right? Like sometimes you develop and you know it, or you audit and then yeah. So right now we're on speed mode, and later on we'll be on robust mode, like how we can make this scalable. At the moment, no. I mean, I can share with the community internally, but there are internal audits, or like external people that we like, trust, and sometimes love. They're friends, and we want them to help us. And yeah, so at the moment, yeah, we can show them to the community. We do once or twice per month. Um, but the until the code is finalized, that's when we'll get published, and we'll publish them. And I will say that that will happen before October. I love that you use the word stakeholder, because that's a very, very nice word. Stakeholder means that you own responsibility, and you own as well participation in the ecosystem. Now, right now, we have U-Center. U-Center is a separate company from Utopia. U-Center has a different nature. U-Center is a zero program. It's an education. It's a community-oriented, decentralized autonomous organization. That what it's doing is that right now it's grabbing the company of Utopia. They will be owning Utopia, and the members in U-Center will be able to be owners of Utopia. Okay. The legal framework, we're waiting on the latest standards from US to pass. Right now, we're basing ourselves in the Innovation Exception Act that the SEC already signed, but we want like the final frameworks to tokenize and own the company. But at the moment, U-Center is the ambassador app. Pretty much between the more you participate in the app, the more you can own. Sorry, not the platform. The more you can own the app. So the more you participate in the platform as an ambassador, you can own more on the app, and that's a pretty dynamic way. I don't think that anyone is doing it like us, and I feel extremely happy for the adoption that our ambassadors have been having. Why are we doing this? Pretty simple. We don't want to spend crazy money on marketing. It feels bad just to burn millions and millions of dollars on Google ads or Facebook ads. I don't think that Facebook needs another 2-3 million just so we can get 100,000 users. I prefer to be people oriented, and in the end, mouth to mouth is where when great products and reputation gets created, not by just burning money to other to Google ads or Facebook ads.
Okay.
And yeah, and we don't want influencers like big influencers as well only. We want as well small influencers. If you have a family, you're an influencer in your own family. If you have friends, you're an influencer within your own friends. So I prefer to target micro groups than just go macro because it's cleaner, it's better, it's more beautiful. Yeah. So at the moment, if you want to be part of the DAO, you need to become a member. Uh, the app is free. The DAO and the community is not free. Um, it's a pretty exclusive club, and once that you want to be part of it, you want to get access to the app in early stages. You want to get educated because we have an education platform where me and Maya, what is this technology doing? Depending on your participation inside the community, that's where you can earn. Now, how do you earn? You can earn by doing actions such as learning. So it's proof of learn, earn to learn, no, learn to earn as well. So it's a good mechanisms on the crypto space, and as well, we have the invite to earn. There's pretty much you invite people and you can earn. We have direct, pretty much if you invite your friend, you will get a commission of his membership, and then it gets more complicated. But we're pretty much we designed this ambassador program thinking on micro influencer, medium influencers, and macro influencers, like the the Justin Biebers in the space, where they can onboard communities and communities and communities to the space and still get revenue out of it after a few months or years. Okay, so context for the people, UK loves Revolut. One, I think that right now is more than this. This is all data. One of every five adults in UK have a Revolut account. I think that is all. I think that right now it's getting closer to two, right? So UK is in love with this app, and Revolut, I love them. They are fantastic. They're just incredible, and like I just admire them and their inspiration for the world. But um, because back in the day there were not clarifications around non-custodial wallets. The technology was not there. For example, gasless wallets. That's very very new. I think that that's coming like last year. But Revolut is being operated since 2018, so they didn't have access to the technology and the good position that we have. Um, that's why we are able to do what they don't. That is pretty much we're allowing the people to own their money, and that's very powerful. as well, they decided to go in a bank route. We don't want to become a bank. We don't want to hold custodial of the assets of our customers as a default. Maybe one day we will, but not as a default. We don't want that when people join, they don't have the immediate freedom of choice that I want to keep my own money, or I want that these people to keep my money. And what I like about Revolut is that, come on, they're heroes. Like they company from, I think it was 41 million valuation, and right now it's not public. It's over 100 billion. The last round was 75 billion. So right now they're over 100 billion. There are two IPO. Um, these guys are just monsters in the space. They only have 70 million users, and I think we will be able to have more than them. They only have 40 countries. We're 40 plus. Right now we have 50 plus. So, and we're going to have another 40 more. So we're going to have like 2.x more. So if you want to compare us, I think that we are like a Revolut in 2018, 2017. And what is Revolut is now, I think that we can be in a shorter period of time. I really hope so. Um, I'm a firm believer that we can become Revolut. And even if we get half of Revolut, I will be happy. Even if we get like a quarter of Revolut, I will be happy and fulfilled. And I think that there will still be room for IPO because I really want to IPO. But yeah, I have dreams and hopes. Dreams and hopes, and the right people to do it. There is a plan, yes. I don't want to disclose the plan because it's a little bit too early to disclose it. But I know the new framework of how IPOs will work in 2028. Then hopefully we can achieve something by when the new IPO frameworks are land and they're applicable. But I cannot tell you how many times I have visualized myself with my team um, ringing the bell in asset. That'll be just, I don't know, it's a dream. So yeah, there's plans. I went to IPO because it's a success that you do that, and that's an achievement. That's my ego talking. But the real thing that gives me that fit my soul is not the IPO. It's actually the idea that we can serve millions of people and provide them access to free or really really cheap financial transaction. Correct. So it's very complicated. So a decentralized autonomous organization, or DAO, people call it DAO. It's a style of company that shouldn't be called company, but it's a style of organization or entity that has a decentralized nature, meaning that it decentralized process through code. So we are believers in that. The first DAO was called the DAO, 2016, in Ethereum. But the first thing that we decentralized was the marketing itself, right? So that's the first one. Like a lot of people go in like voting mechanisms straight away, treasury management straight away, uh, a bunch of stuff that are very risky, very, 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 very risky. And people get hacked, but just going all in into like too complicated code. And we don't want to do that. So the first thing that we did is like, okay, let's decentralize sales and marketing. Boom, done. Next one, let's decentralize treasury. Boom, it's coming. Let's decentralize voting or XYZ, done. And liquidity pools, done. But that's when people want to join the community. They're joining U-Center. U-Center has their own DNA. And as well, because U-Center is helping Utopia to get users, to people that are joining U-Center in the early stage that are being owners of Utopia. Owners of Utopia. So you're not going to be only owner of the decentralized community, as well you're going to be owner of a company that is changing the world through financial inclusion. On what level to say owner, I cannot disclose yet. We're going to have a firm a firm disclosure of our legal structure pretty soon, but at the moment we can't. So yeah, that's where we are. If you have speak to me in the last 2 months, I have predicted many things that are happening. No, look, like it's I know, like I read law, and when you read law, uh, and you read systems, you can predict what the law and the systems will do to current macroeconomics, right? Uh, Another thing that I predict was like, hey, Japan is going to collapse. They just liquidate 630 billions on U.S. Treasury bonds and ETFs from the United States just so they can pay their own debt. Like I've been talking about this for months, and I don't want to say I told you, but like it's the reality that it's pretty easy. It doesn't take it. It's just 1+1 = 2. Why? Because now there's a new legal framework that is allowing stablecoins to behave as CBDCs out of United States. And the stablecoins are the main purchaser of U.S. Treasury bonds, which means that now there's a new economic model for the United States to distribute debt. That means that this debt is going to get distributed in a higher way. And because banks are freaking slow all the time, they will not get adoption of these. So the first people that adopt that are disruptors, aka us or companies. And the disruptors, what they're going to do, like just take a market share of the big pie on an early stage, and the banks will take so much time to catch up that they will lose their clients. And what happens to the banks right now in Europe? They're going bankrupt. They're selling them for pennies. We're actually interested in buy banks from the United States. So yeah, it's like if there is a new way to make money. By the way, like stablecoins did more volume than Visa in 2025 in transactions. So it's just 1+1 = 2, meaning stablecoins are the future of money, CBDCs are the future of money, and whoever doesn't adapt fast enough will be facing defeat by people like us, companies that are adapting super, super fast. Like we're adapting every freaking day. Like new technology appears, we're already experimenting with it. New programs appears, we're already applying for it. So it's easy to predict the future if you see the law that is coming, and we're reading the law so we can adapt ourselves to the future as fast as possible. Okay, so we're Web3 nature, but we are Web2 compliant, meaning that we live in decentralization, but sometimes I go too far away. Like I don't know. Like it, the problem with crypto is that you either fight with the system or you comply with the system. And people in crypto have not realized that you need to choose it now. And if you're going to comply, use it on your advantage because not all the systems are bad. I admire Mika, M-I-C-A. Mika is the SEC of United States. They just killed 10,000 companies because they were not good at it. And they only left 40. So that means that they are protecting the users by just raising the standard. And I can tell you that the Web3 industry needs better standards. We need better standards. And the standards are coming from the regulators, and the standards are coming from all companies such as BlackRock or like big macro companies such as MoneyGram or Western Union or Visa or MasterCard. So why are we not becoming friends with the people that have been managing money for 30 times longer than Bitcoin was created, aka Western Union? They've been managed for centuries, like centuries. Then they've been managing. So why are we not going to them and then we just ask them how we can make this industry better? And why we don't join them? And then we say, hey, can we make this industry cheaper? And as well, we can get more clients. And that's my goal. I want to be friends with everyone. Doesn't matter how how bad they were in the past. I think that everyone has options to redeem themselves. And you can see right now even Stripe launching their own chain. You can see Western Union getting into stablecoins. Like they're redeeming themselves into this new technology very, very slow. So what we will do is like we will either partner with them, or they will see us and they can mimic us. Voting will be applicable when decisions will get properly structured, meaning that until we don't have the frameworks of how the DAO will be getting structured and distributed and managed, we will not implement voting. Now, voting is coming very, very soon. Uh, and it will be pretty much on treasury management. It will be on expenditure. We will be into um, use of funds. It will like, for example, I don't know if the nature of the DAO is aligned with my nature. That is, I want to help orphans and single mothers. So, like, if we have a treasure, can we just use it for non-for-profit organizations that we know, that we trust? That would be amazing. So I want to vote. I want that the people say, "Hey, Emmanuel, maybe we don't want single mothers and orphans. We want dogs and cats." Okay, sure. I love dogs and cats as well. Let's go as well. It's like, do you want half half? No, okay. And in the end, I want that the people take these decisions, because hopefully my values are good enough for me to serve it. But the reality is that I want that the people own this with me, and I'm okay being wrong, and I'm okay that the people have the choice. So that's what we will be we giving the vote to people. And yeah, if there's going to be a decision where should I go next time and do a big event, okay, are we going to rent a yacht in the Caribbean and go all the big community members into the Caribbean, or we're going to all of us being work from the office? Like, it's just very different. That's what is happening. You need to learn, not for yourself only, for everyone around yourself, especially your family and your legacy. You should learn what is happening right now with the world. Guys, I cannot tell you how important this is. This has the last time that the world financial system changed dramatically like this, I think it was in the 70s. It was very bad. And people were not prepared, because if people who will have understand that in the 70s, they will exchange all the US dollars for gold straight away. And I think that, yeah, it's just, they were not prepared. So you owe this to your family. You owe this to your friends. It's our duty as a society to inform and spread protection mechanisms for difficult times in the future. Like, we need to make the society survive, and the only way is to have proper rules and guidelines and societal decisions. And this society needs to understand that the world is changing. They're early. They're very early. Like, they're still early. If people think that they're late, no, they aren't. I will make sure that they aren't, because I will make sure that the information gets across fast, fast enough for people to change with the world. So right now, this week, like last Saturday, something super important happened. It will occur in the next 3-4 days. You will see it. I cannot tell you why, because it was private information, but something massive happened on Saturday. And yeah, it's hard for me to just not tell you guys, because you guys are part of the community and you're my friends, and some of you guys I consider them my family, and I call a few of you uncle. So yeah, why why shouldn't I tell you guys what will happen? So yeah, important thing, learn what is happening. I don't know if people can verify, but we are registered in Puerto Rico. I love United States. United States is the highest standard in financial apps and startups, and that's why we choose United States. A lot of people don't know that Puerto Rico is part of United States, but yes, they are, and they speak Spanish, and they have an amazing tax law and crypto-friendly mechanism. So that's why we choose United States and Puerto Rico. So yeah, that's where we're registered, and I don't think we will change our domicile anytime soon at all. So many. We'll be publishing them. Some of them they don't like to be named. Some of them we're not allowed to name. I have engaged with around like 6 firms around the world in the last 2 years. It's impossible to do what I'm doing without any legal check and background. And there we will be publishing legal opinions. We'll be publishing the statements from lawyers and who is our partners, ones that we're allowed to. At the moment, we're not allowed to. Lawyers have very, very, very strict compliance procurement around publicizing partnerships. But as we have so many partners, so many. So yeah, we have a lot. Yeah, so Utopia has another company called Utopia MediaFi that is pretty much media and finance. And that one is a marketing company for Web3 digital assets because it's easier to do marketing around Asia if you have a company in Asia. So we selected Dubai. No, that was Russell Cayman. And as well, U-Center, we are obtaining the legal DAO structure because you have 2 options with DAOs. You either do it legal or you either like decentralized. So we opt for the legal way, and we'll be publishing the license pretty soon. And that's our presence for the community. At the moment, there isn't, and that's so bad that it is the last question. No, there isn't, and we will be pursuing legal protection around intellectual property, but that will be just a little bit before the app launches. So at the moment, at least we can say that we have very good domains. Utopia.com, U.Center is very, very good. We have another 30, 40 domains. Our logo is extremely original. There's no other logo like ours. And yeah, like it will be easy to register, but we have limited time every day, and those things takes a lot of time, a lot of time. And right now our marketing team is working day and night just to deliver the best services. So best content for the community. We will do it, but not at the moment.